Y'all, can I rant here for a second? Like maybe 4 to 5 minutes to be specific. Also, apologies that my first long form on here is a rant, but gotta start somewhere. So last night I was on Reddit, and I'm active in the Reddit communities, love the subreddits, specifically about tech, right? Like to help people navigate purchasing decisions on new devices, whether it be they have an endless amount of money and want the best of the best, whether it be they have a tight budget and they're looking to weigh pros and cons on such devices, or it's just talking about the latest gadgets, whatever it is, you're gonna probably see me active in some of those threads, right? So last night, there's a thread, title was iPhone 16e versus iPhone 15 Pro, budget of $500 to $700 and looking to get a new iPhone. So I've been testing the iPhone 16e for about a week now. So I had a lighthearted comment that came to mind because I've been super impressed by the battery life of this device. So I chimed in and was just like, iPhone 16e has incredible battery life, almost willing to forgive Apple for all the other compromises that were made. Full stop, end of thought. We all know Reddit doesn't usually end like that, right? So of course, a response almost immediately by somebody out there in the Reddit sphere. Their response was, how could you have such a horrendous take to even think about recommending the iPhone 16e to someone when the iPhone 15 Pro has, and then it starts to rattle off all the tech jargon, right? The triple camera array, the LiDAR laser focusing, the 120 hertz pro motion display, always on display, dynamic island, etc., etc. So I responded and I was just like, hey, that's great. I'm super happy that you're taking advantage of the pro features on the iPhone 15 Pro. I'm really glad that they're utilitarian in your day-to-day needs. Now let's take a step back and think about the vast majority of consumers, right? The vast majority of consumers that are thinking about upgrading to the iPhone 16e, probably coming from an iPhone 10R, maybe even earlier. So let's think about like what their needs might be versus you and I or that person that might lean on the pro features of a Pro Series iPhone. They're probably looking for something that they can just confidently get through a day on the battery without having any battery anxiety. Check for the iPhone 16e. They're probably looking for a camera that's good enough that they can pull out of their pocket and snap a photo without thinking about what lens to use, and they can share it in their group text with their family or friends or post it on their socials. Check. Don't need a triple camera array to do that. Doesn't mean that this is better than the iPhone 15 Pro camera array, but they don't need that to be able to do that. But what about Dynamic Island? Yeah, Dynamic Island is great. It's also great. The notch for a lot of people, right? Because they like to hold the device like this, maybe in landscape and watch content. So Dynamic Island, something they've never had, they're probably fine with the notch. Well, what about always on display? Always on display, it's a battery suck. It is a nice feature. Love the standby mode. But again, something they've never had, and if we want to go down the rabbit hole, I think it's something that's been implemented better on Android anyways, and so I don't think that you're really missing out on much there. Okay, well, what about MagSafe? Well, guess what? The people that are considering buying an iPhone 16e are almost surely not carrying their iPhone without a case, and they're also almost surely going on Amazon and buying a case. They're going to pop that case on their phone, and there's going to be a 90% chance it has MagSafe right on it, and they can slap a MagSafe wallet on there. They can slap it on their charging stand, and they no longer are missing any of the benefits, or lack thereof, of not having MagSafe. That was the end of my response to this person. They responded with, I would be so embarrassed to be seen with an iPhone 16e. Like, I feel bad for the people that are stupid enough to buy an iPhone 16e because of how dumb that would make them have to feel walking down the sidewalk with that phone. Wow, I don't know what I did to strike a chord. Like, I'm sorry that you feel that way about what other devices other people choose to use. Like, if you're happy with the phone you have and it meets the needs in your day-to-day life, and you're going to be comfortable with it long term, by all means, you should buy that device. Who gives a rip what other people think? And if you have a budget of around $600 and you're upgrading from an iPhone 10R or even earlier and you need a new iPhone, this phone is going to be perfectly fine. And you and I both know you're also not paying $599 for that phone, right? You're either trading in an old iPhone, you're getting $100 to $200 off of it, buying it full right, or you're going to your carrier and you're getting that 16E vastly discounted or even free. And that is $600 to $700 cheaper than what it would cost to buy a refurbished iPhone 15 Pro. If you want the Pro features, you should definitely go spend $600-700 on an iPhone 15 Pro. But if you fall into that latter group and just need a solid iPhone that's gonna work well, and you don't care about those other features, give the 16E a look.